Hey everybody, welcome to the Faux Show. I'm Josh Foster, your host, and with me is my guest slash co-host Tyler Harrington.
How's it going?
And we're just here today to talk about random bullshit, and some of it's actually pretty meaningful. So let's start off. We got some feedback about the microphone quality for Tyler a little
Yeah,
bit,
so
and
I
we
got
fixed that.
I got a new mic. That's huge.
Yeah, we got a massive mic.
My
Yeah,
fucking head.
it's not the only thing that's huge, but yeah, yeah.
You know
So
what
we
they
got
say.
that. Yeah.
How the story
Um,
goes.
but Yeah, man. So this is good to be doing again. This is fun.
For
Obviously
sure.
we have these conversations pretty organically anyway. So, but you showed me that video today about the egg, which I think is really interesting. It's really interesting about the process that we all are kind of one, and we've all lived
Oh
every
yeah.
every life. I thought that was really kind of existential and it was kind of comforting.
Yeah, knowing that we're all kind of existing on the same level, same universe type thing. But
Right.
yeah, something I thought was kind of cool that we could talk about was like so like we had gotten the feedback, I think, from your uncle
Yep.
about the mic. And just like typically Sunday, I'm always either trying to talk to family like as much as I can. So talk about like family, friend support systems and like how those can be utilized, especially when Sunday's typically a pretty lonely day. You're kind of like in your getting in your head a little. So
Right. Right.
no,
Yeah, I'm still learning all that because it's my 60 days sober, and like I'm still learning to talk to my mom, learning to go to meetings in general, but also like you said, like just a normal support system, like having you like as a friend and shit, like that makes all the difference in the world for me.
yeah, for sure. I think it's great to have anything kind of lined up, because
I
not everybody's fortunate enough to have family readily accessible.
Right. I know. I feel like I take that for granted a lot too. I try to be grateful with my mom and everything, but like they're not
Dude,
gonna be
yeah,
here.
your
They're
mom
not.
is awesome, bro.
She's the best. She's the best person I ever met. But like, which yeah, I feel super lucky for it. Like if I ever have little temper tantrums and shit around her, I always feel so fucking embarrassed, dude. It's so sad because she's so you've known her forever.
Tina, old Tina, she's such a quiet but just wonderful woman to be around.
Yeah,
I
she's a
remember.
beast. She's a beast.
Yeah,
I just found out some interesting shit about her, but I won't go into details. I'll tell you probably
yeah.
on the podcast. But man, she's lived a hell of a life, bro. She's done some wild shit for such a
It was
timid lady.
it was funny. I think when I was at your place, she was telling me about how like she wants to maybe like teach like yoga or something out of like a van. That's like
Yeah, yeah,
her
yeah.
her dream or ideal like job kind
Yeah,
of
she,
thing.
she
That
wants to
was
she wants to do phlebotomy, but her ideal thing is she wants to travel around the world in a van. I just showed her a video of Steve-O, a jackass.
yep. Yeah.
Yeah, he has like a sick converted van, and like eventually I'd love to get my mom one of those at some point because that's all she wants to do is live in a fucking van and be a hippie, dude. That's all she wants to do, man.
You guys are living in Boulder, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
but she also wants to be
But
closer to her family in like New Vegas and shit. So
yeah.
she'd like to be mobile.
I think she was definitely living the hippie lifestyle before
Oh yeah.
hippie was trendy.
Oh yeah, she was one of the OG hippies for sure. She pioneered
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I was trying to think of typically on Sunday it's kind of funny. I usually get like a call even from like my brother. He's like
Really,
in yeah, he's in prison right now, but somehow he manages to
he makes
still make
time.
a call every other Sunday or something like that.
That's great, man. How long does he have left, by the way? Still.
He's got like maybe like 2 years, 2.5 years of good behavior. We'll see. We'll see.
Fuck.
I don't know. He hasn't necessarily been a good boy.
Yeah, I figured as much. Your brother's brave. I'll give him that. He's super brave. He's a courageous
he's
dude. But
he's just a slow learner.
yeah, yeah. That's putting it nicely. Yeah,
Learning curve.
yeah. That kid, man. I miss him
Yeah.
though. I would love to talk with your brother after he gets out and shit, man. It's been so long.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sure he's gonna be doing. Well, hopefully he's learned something while he's in there. So
Hopefully,
he gets
hopefully.
out. But he's always had like that addictive personality in terms of like touch the stove to find out that it's hot rather than
Some people need to learn
even
that way. I'm the same way, but I remember we were talking about your brother and like having a baby, how that might force him to be responsible, you know?
Oh yeah, in terms of
Yeah.
like him becoming a dad, maybe I don't think it'd be, the smart move. But sometimes when you do have that sense of, I'd say like having family and especially like creating your own kind of develops and creates a big sense of urgency. I
Yeah.
know that like whenever I've dated anyone seriously, I've always thought like, oh shit, like I have to get my shit together in a hurry, instead of, for whatever reason, I was just growing up at my own pace, I guess, which
Right.
isn't a bad thing, but
No, I don't think that's a bad thing.
force it.
I don't think that's a bad thing at all, dude. I think like it's super important to take things at your own pace, and like having kids young isn't for everybody. And like we know some people that probably shouldn't have kids that do. I mean, that's not my place to say, really, I guess. But there has been
Yeah,
some.
maybe more so. Yeah, definitely not planned.
Right, right.
Yeah. So, but all those good things happen from unplanned pregnancies too. My
Dude, I was unplanned.
yeah. No, I mean like my cousin is like didn't plan on having him, and then
Which one?
Randy.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting because me and him we just had a long talk about just like everything we'd kind of like been through in our lives and like how like any past trauma might have like affected us and stuff like that.
Right.
Light stuff.
Yeah. Fun
but
stuff.
I guess he was saying that like before I was born, like my grandparents, I think they were just raised in like a different time, but like they really didn't want any part to do with him as even though he was a baby, like in the house and everything. But because he was unplanned, it was like it's a huge deal. And like he said, I guess me being born kind of like they started to bring him and his mom kind of back into the family, which I thought was like it's really really interesting and cool. And at the end of it, I just kind of said, "You're welcome."
I mean, you were the catalyst, though, to be fair.
Yeah, it was just so crazy to think like everything affects everything in some sort of way. That whole butterfly effect. But
Right. Even that egg video, it showed like, reincarnation or whatever it is. It shows like the impact of every interaction that you have is, almost like an interaction with yourself, which I thought was
oh yeah,
I thought that was really deep. It's a pretty philosophical point. I'm not very smart, but I can kind of understand some of that shit.
yeah. I mean, whenever you post this, you could definitely add that video in the link.
That'd be good.
I mean, it's like a quick 7-minute video, and
It's great. It's great.
changed the way that I've looked at things for sure.
I'm gonna have to watch it again too after this, but I will post it in the description because that's something we
Yeah,
can do now.
it's by I think Andy Weir, the guy who wrote The Martian. So
Right.
if you like Matt Damon's performance at all, you might like him
Yeah.
that story as well.
I think the story is I think it's good for everybody. I think you can get something out of that almost universally.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good stories. I was just having a conversation not too long ago about like how like every story is almost like kind of telling the same moral about like love, but it's just like how people get it across.
Yeah, it's how it's interpreted.
Yeah, I'll grab this one book I was telling you about. It's kind of interesting.
Cool.
I guess it was this is like Barnes and Noble's like book of the year or something like that.
Oh, literally.
Yeah. So I probably can't see that too well, but The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse.
And is it a pretty short read?
Yeah, it's honestly I read it today, and I wasn't speed reading or anything. I was actually taking the time, but it's got like I think he does like watercolors and drawings. I'm like
The art style. I like the art style a lot.
Yeah, it's just a good book. Honestly, just about life and everything you might experience in it.
Right. We could use more of those, man. It's the same thing. Like when I originally, the first time I got into reading was Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life. That's the first book that I ever read that wasn't like shoved down my throat or I needed for book club or anything. Like,
Oh yeah.
and I just, yeah, that book definitely changed. I think more subconsciously than consciously changed the way that I think and act, which is, it's kind of weird, but I think it kind of helped me take personal responsibility, which is a big deal for me.
Oh yeah. No, that's great, man. Like, yeah. No, it's. I'm glad to see you get something from reading, because like, just in general, like, there's so much to be shared and learned.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's why I'm like I think like the psych ward was necessary for me because like I was really like suicidal and shit, but like it also showed me how much I liked reading. Like I said, I finished 3 books in there, and it was like the Four Agreements, the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, and then like that translated, and now I have like 8 books right now. I have the fucking Gulag Archipelago I was telling you about. I have a bunch of books, but like reading has just been it's been a fucking joy, man. Like I never thought that I would enjoy reading until I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good, man. I'm sure anybody else who's watching, if you have any good like suggestions, or like in terms of books, like I'm always reading. I'm trying not to get too caught up and just jumping from the next book to the next book.
Right. You're voracious with reading though. You're constantly reading, right?
Not right now.
Yeah,
I'm talking.
I know. You fucking yeah. Yeah, I always figure that. You always do that shit like subtly. You never you're not like loud like me. Like I'm fucking like annoying and like I'm having a temper tantrum. Everybody listen to me. Look at me. I'm reading a book. You just do like your shit in normal. I'm like, yeah, I read Sun Tzu's The Book of War, or The Art of War and all that
Got
shit.
that one.
Yeah. I got that one too. Have you read any like Nietzsche or any like philosophy ever?
Not so much Nietzsche, but
Anybody else?
um, sure I have. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, you've read a lot, man.
Yeah, but I mean, anyways, I might end up giving my family a call, anyways. But yeah, just in terms of like, for anybody out there who's watching, like, if you don't have a family support system, I think it's really good to consider that, you maybe have some friends that you overlook who can become family. I think that's a really important and like ideal way of trying to have friendships and interactions with people.
I agree. I think that's undervalued in society right now. I think that we do like what is it? It's quantity over quality with friendship. We have a lot of acquaintances, but not a lot of people have real friends, from what I've
Yeah.
seen. Which is sad because like I have like literally I think 5 friends like that I can count right now that are like people I would reach out to that I trust with my life, and like I feel super lucky to have those, but I'd rather have that than 20 acquaintances or 100
Oh yeah.
acquaintances.
No, the depth is super important, and
Yeah,
I mean, like, I feel like super lucky that me and you have known each other since we've been like 2. That's like
literally.
it's so lucky, and I'm so grateful just to have that.
Yeah, me
But,
too, man. And we get to do this now too, which is even fucking cooler.
yeah. So yeah, we'll try and get something together for the next time. That
Yeah,
way we're not just spitballing too
yeah.
much.
It's
But
all good. I think people enjoy just kind of rambling sometimes. Some people don't. I already have specific topics that I would like to talk to you about, but some of it's just like I have this story that I used my mom's pee to pass a piss test. It's a whole that's for another video, but like
classic.
yeah, of course. Which it did happen, but like I was gonna do it on my own. But yeah, for us, I think like getting on topic, like if you don't have any kind of support system or anything, I would even recommend. I don't know if you're an alcoholic or not, but there's a big sense of fellowship in the AA community, the NA community, Cocaine Anonymous. There's like parents of fucked up children. There's some group that's called something like that. That's not
Yeah.
it's like children of alcoholic parents or something. But like I would recommend just like even if you like don't personally struggle, there's like Al-Anon. If you have alcoholics in your life, like there's a nice sense of community there. I'm not like super huge on AA. I'm not like a recovery guy, like I'm just trying to do my own thing with recovery. But I think the sense of community there is very real. So You
Yeah,
know,
a connection, any type of connection with somebody is going to help you feel like you have that tribal sense of family, whether it's your family or not.
right. Yeah,
So,
absolutely agreed. Yeah, you can have bonds. You don't need family to have family, you know? I mean, that sounds
yeah,
weird, but like, yeah, because, yeah, I mean, even like our kinship, you know, it's like invaluable to me. And like, like you said, we're very lucky that we had that. Not a lot of people have what we have, which is kind of gay to say, but it's true.
whatever.
It's true though. But yeah, like, and it's fun that now we have this podcast, a little bit of a platform. I mean, I have like four subscribers or something now, which is totally, that's fucking great as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned. Yeah, it's better than zero. And like
yeah, that's
we
solid.
got like 60 views on the last video, you know, and Errol pointed out some constructive criticism and like what we were doing that was good, you know. He left a really like heartfelt comment, and like just to see that is really impactful. Even with the snippets I put on Facebook, like people are just like receptive to it. And I never thought it would work like that. Like I was bitching about it yesterday, and like people were just hitting me up out of the blue, like, yeah, like I've never been able to speak about these kinds of things, and I'm glad somebody else can relate. Like I guess just podcasting, there's a lot that people can relate to that they think that like nobody else is going through, but they find out, you know, that a lot of us are.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely good for us to be able to put ourselves out there, and it can be scary to like even just to talk about
It is scary.
those things, even in private,
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I don't know, but it feels good, honestly. Every time, well, I mean, we've only done it twice, but
Right.
every time I put myself out there, I notice that my interactions with other people at work have been more open and comfortable, honestly, even if it seems to be like an uncomfortable topic.
Right, you were telling me about that, which I find that fascinating. I think I have the same thing in my life too, just because I don't know what it is about this. Maybe it's the candor or the kinship. Like I'm not sure what it is, like in particular, but there's something about talking out loud that makes being vulnerable more acceptable to me. Like I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Eh, something to think about.
yeah,
All
we'll see.
right. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here, man.
All right, buddy. Well, this is a nice little snippet, and yeah, we'll have some more That Out stuff next time. And yeah, what is it? It's what day is it today?
Sunday.
All right, so Sunday this will go up, and we're doing Wednesday for sure, right?
Yeah.
All right, for sure then. All right, man.
All
Sounds good.
right. Until next time.
All right, brother.
Cheers.
Yeah, deuces.